Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mike Branconi Open Mic. Here we go, man. Bob. Wait a second. You're all asking, what the fuck am I doing back here? I thought the final open mic was last week. Well, apparently some people were pulling my legs like, Encore, Nevin, no, don't leave. Fine. I'm not starting for another couple weeks at the new place, so might as well have an encore tonight. So, thank you all for pulling my leg to come back here for one final evening of open mic comedy. Just like, this isn't goodbye, so I was like, I'm still going to be here to host a trivia night every other Thursday here. So, anyway, we got some fresh faces tonight. So, both of you, don't know anything about me, so let me introduce myself. I'm of Filipino and Indian descent. My mother's side, father's side, respectively, and I'm so Indian that when I was born, not only did I have my parents, the doctor, and a couple of nurses beside me, I had a couple of IT guys in case the doctor can't figure out what's wrong with me. Like, oh my god, the baby isn't breathing. Kumar, help, the baby isn't breathing. What are we going to do? Okay, calm down. Don't shake him. That does not work. Did you remember to detach the cord from the main CPU? Okay, very nice. Did you check for bugs? Okay, fantastic. Wait a second. I see what happened. You forgot to jiggle the switch. And according to my parents, I was such a deviant when I was born, I ended up getting a nurse wet. Meaning I peed on her. And he thought being born Indian was tough, being raised Filipino was a lot tougher. My mom's accent was so thick. My mom's Filipino accent was so thick, I couldn't tell whether she was saying pancakes or spanking. Like, whenever I did anything naughty, like, threw food on the floor, like, drew on the walls, she would call me into the kitchen, have the spatula ready in her hand, and disappointment turned to excitement, and then more disappointment. It didn't help when a couple of years later that an IHOP opened up nearby. We moved, and my mom wanted to take the family out for breakfast. I had to be dragged outside. I was holding onto the bed for dear life. So yeah, you want a rough childhood? I was dealing with an accent barrier. My mom didn't want me to be an artist, and I thought IHOP was an S&M club. You couldn't tell for after all these years. I do love my good share of S&M clubs, especially with all that syrup and butter. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, it is true that as a comic that, you sometimes you gotta take the odd jobs in order to make ends meet. You gotta take the odd jobs in order to make ends meet. I've had, after working for my dad for a number of years, I've had 3 odd jobs since then. First, I was, and this is going to involve a lot of long words, a lot of long modern words, so please bear with me. I was a social media manager for a women's fashion startup blog/shop. Yes, this was the social media voice for women's fashion, everybody. The balding, heterosexual, Asian male. And you're thinking like, Navin, that's like the least manliest job in the world. I'll admit, it's not a UFC fighter. It's not a fireman. It's not a policeman. It's not the guy who can literally drink his own weight in beer. No. But being a straight guy working in a women's fashion blog, it takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of self-control. It takes a lot of self-control. Because when I'm talking to my boss via Skype or via phone, it's very difficult to talk about facials or pearl necklaces and keep a straight face. But now we want you to feature this blogger's tossed salad recipe. Boss, you're not helping me!
Pearl necklace.
When I done... After that, I did act in community theater. I do support my local communities. I do act in theaters nearby. I was a cast member for Grease at the JC Players over in Middle Village, right down there. And the name of the venue, I'm not kidding, is the Community United Methodist Church. The CUM Church. Yeah, nothing weird about it, just doing community theater in the basement of the cum church. It didn't help when, I'm not kidding, on the stage, there's literally a pole in the middle of the stage. That did not help either. Woo. My current job, in fact, I work as a barback. I work at, Kill Bill, the weird guy who hangs around in the back room right there. Telling the new people here. Like, I do his job, but at a different bar. Now you're thinking, barback, it's an easy job, right? All I gotta do is, like, bring the beer out, get the bottles out, clean up. No. It's a lot more difficult than you think. When you're the barback, one of the main responsibilities you gotta do is change the beer keg. Now, how many of you here have ever changed a beer keg?
Not me.
No, you? You change a beer keg? You change a beer keg? Okay, changing a beer keg is like defusing a time bomb. Yeah, they trust the brown guy to defuse a time bomb. And let me tell you why it's like a time bomb. When a keg of beer is delivered to your business, your home, your whatever, it's not delivered like covered in bubble wrap or in a bed of pillows. No. It's in the back of a fucking truck and it's driving over bumpy roads from the brewery to the bar. So that thing is about to blow. And if you don't change the keg properly, it'll just explode all over. And you know that phrase, hell hath no fury than a woman scorned? No, hell hath no fury than a bar full of angry drunks.
Yeah.
You blow up the beer, they're coming at you with the torches and pitchforks. Anyway, I think that's the last thing I'll ever not the last joke I'll ever say, but the final one for a while. Who wants to hear comedy tonight, everybody? Yeah! All right, let's introduce your first comic for tonight. I just met him, but I've been told that he performs all over New York City. Give it up for Adam Morris.
Yeah! Thank you. All right, my name is Adam Morris. Let's see, what can I talk about tonight? Because I find as a comic, I like playing with lines. I've been arrested between 25 and 30 times in my life. I've never done more than 4 months of jail time in my life. So that tells you I suffer from white privilege. It's like and it's not even like I've been arrested for bullshit. I've been arrested for things like assault, first degree assault, like that's when you hit somebody with a baseball bat, but they deserve that. Intent to distribute crack a couple times.
Okay.
Intent to distribute marijuana. And I've had a lot of DWIs like it. We don't get into that yet. Maybe later. We're at a fucking bar. Let's take it easy. But I'll never forget. Like, I've been in 3 house raids in my life. And, I'll at least tell one house raid story tonight. So it's like, I've worked at some of the nicest restaurants in New York City. I've worked at the Palace. I've worked at 235th Avenue Rooftop Garden.
Nice.
I've worked at the Soho House. But my claim to fame is that I ran fucking crack houses. That's how fucked up I am in my head, right? And but again, so I pull up to the house one day, right? And mind you, I grew up in Baltimore City. I grew up in South Baltimore. It's actually called Brooklyn, but when you say Brooklyn up here, people get a little bit confused. But I grew up in Brooklyn, Baltimore. And we're gonna start making that a fucking name. And so I look at the door and I see this fat Italian guy. And
how fat is he?
This dude was like fucking 400 pounds. He was a big dude, man. And it should have hit me in the head right then. Like, there's not Italian dudes in Baltimore City. At least, when I was growing up as a kid. I understand I'm starting to get a little bit older. But when I was growing up as a kid, and there's still not Italian dudes in Baltimore. But I'm like, yo, where's Vaughn at? Because I'm getting ready to drop the shit off in the house. So he's like, oh, he's in the house. So I walk in. As soon as I walk in the house, they start beating the living shit out of me. And there's been other times I've been beat up by the police. And I've been scared. But at this point, I probably had a fifth of vodka in me. So I didn't give a shit. I was like, fuck all of you. And I'm telling them what I'm going to do to their mothers, their sisters, their aunts, their grandmothers. I don't give a shit at this point. And you know what made it so fucked up at the time is my girlfriend calls and she's like, "Can I talk to Adam?" And the cop, this fucking dickhead prick of a cop who stole $1,500 of money off me that day, said, "Yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but your boyfriend's a fag. He's giving me fellatio at the time." Mm-hmm. So I feel like that. I feel like I should be able to use the word fag at this point in my life. But you know, so they finally pull me. And mind you, everybody else is sitting on the couch. They're sitting on the couch. They're on bracelets. They're locked up. They're laughing their asses off at me because the shit I'm saying to the police. And you know, they didn't do. They pull me up and they go, "If we took these cuffs off, what the fuck would you do?" And I said, "I'd smack the closest one of you motherfuckers to me that I could get my hands off of. Hands on." I'm going to have to work on that line again. Fuck that one. It's okay. We're an open mic, baby.
Yeah.
You know, but anyways, actually, they just threw me in the paddy wagon. And there's not really a point to that story, except I do really dumb shit when I get drunk.
So.
Yeah. So, you know, sometimes people will suggest to me, they'll be like, "Maybe you should try a recovery program." And I'm like, no, I've tried AA, SLAA, Al-Anon, I've read the Torah, and what's the other one? Oh, I've even went to see a shaman. And it's like this. All right, so let's try to go backwards. So the shaman, you know, the shamans teach you Eastern religion. It's like, every time you fuck up at your job, are you going to say, "Hey, I'm going to learn from that at your job in New York City"? Like, New York City is the fucking hardest place to work in the world. Yeah. You're not going to fucking say that to your boss and have it fly. You know, Al-Anon, if you guys if you guys want somebody who's a woman figure, and a mother figure, a mother figure, let's go for it. I'll be your piece of shit wingman. I'm a scumbag. I love mother figures. You know, AA's great, but it's like going to church without drinking the wine. I think the worst one out of them all is SLAA, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's sex, love, addiction. And, you know, for me, when I went to it, I was like, it was pretty scary. Like, and mind you, I was a guy that sold crack to women, cocaine to women. So, like, I know what women will do for drugs. And, you know, these women would actually just be like, "I want to bang, 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 bang!" And it actually scared the shit out of me. And, but I went back the next week drunk, and it was actually funnier than any fucking comedy show that I've heard in my life. You guys have a good night.
All right. I got that.
Thank you.
Yo, one more time for Adam Morris, everybody. All right, Adam.